Yeah, maybe my equalizer doesn't actually do anything.
The hard truth.
Oh, yeah, it's not even on. I didn't save it.
Oh,
Okay.
well, that'll probably
Calvin
affect.
had a placebo.
So, Joe, what is your plan for the Olympics?
Okay. Are we recording, Christian?
Hold on one sec.
Because this needs to go down in posterity.
All right, yeah, go ahead.
All right. So the Olympics, as we all know, it's not working. However, I have a plan for what would be a much better Olympic.
Is
Okay.
this just the one where we include the regular dude in each event?
No, this is
That is a separate idea. Okay.
Okay.
So on the one hand, I have an idea for what would be called like the Fun Olympics. Okay. The Fun Olympics is a lot like the normal Olympics we have right now, but there's a regular dude in each category and everyone's juiced. Okay. Like everyone's on all the steroids.
Okay. So
That's the Fun Olympics.
gotcha.
But the version that I'm thinking of, I think it's the Olympics. I think the Olympics need to go back to their roots athletically. And I think we need to start getting rid of sports that are not actual athletic competitions. Like
soccer.
I
Yeah, I get it.
yeah, we got into a discussion of this last night, and I think that the Olympics has become I can hear you snickering. Um, I think the Olympics has become really focused on a lot of events that are not actually important athletically or even like significant in any way.
Yeah, but if we take away
Athletically.
curling, like, what are the Canadians going to
Yes,
do?
a perfect example, curling, okay? Like, so my plan is we start getting rid of everything that I, Supreme Emperor of the Olympics, do not consider a a true athletic event, okay? So
Okay.
we're going back to the Olympics is built around track and field, swimming, running, cycling, wrestling, throwing, like track and field, throwing stuff.
Like the field part of track and field.
Yes, the culmination of the Olympics is the Olympic marathon. Like, I just want to take us. So my position is that I just want it to go back to a pure like celebration of athletic achievement instead of, like, on the one hand, sports that are already celebrated, or I should say, games that are already celebrated in the public sphere, like basketball, which I love, but I don't think has a place at the Olympics. And then also, like, the Olympics is dominated currently by celebrities. Like, like events get popular because there's like some celebrity who happens to be an athlete in that event, not because the events are of any athletic significance. Like, nobody watches the Olympic marathon when that should actually be like the most significant event in the whole Olympics. But no one
See,
cares.
I'm
No one
surprised
watches
you're
it.
not using this to make an argument for cycling being the supreme sport.
Look, I don't think cycling's supreme sport. I think it's awesome, and I think it should be in the Olympics. But I do not think it should be, the supreme sport.
Well, I
Oh,
admire
okay,
your
no,
ability
no.
to remain unbiased.
I have a.
Yeah.
Let me just ask you something.
Okay. Get in here, Sabraki.
Okay, so we're talking about like we want events that are like just peak like peak athletic ability, right?
This is what peak performance looks like. I want the meme to be real.
Great. So, which cycling event stays?
I think the Olympic road race.
And so, which ones are eliminated then?
I think BMX is currently in there, and that's got to go.
Okay.
But
How
BMX
about
is
that
way
one where,
cooler,
like-
Joe.
You're part of the problem, Alex. We're not here for cool. We're here for athletics.
How about that one where they're like indoor, where it's like around a wooden track?
Track, I would let track stay.
Really? Why?
The grounds for
Yeah.
that being
Well, it's the same difference as like if we're gonna have running, we'll have the long distance event, the marathon, and then we'll have the track sprinters. Same thing with cycling. We'll have the long distance race on the road, and then we'll have the sprinters on the track.
And heavy
Okay.
disc throwing. Heavy frisbee.
Yeah, and Christian's really against heavy disc throwing as an event.
I just think it's dumb. Like,
Throw
It is-
who
various
can
heavy
throw the
things.
rock the farthest?
Yeah. So anyway,
All right. I can understand the spirit of your argument. I think I like the fun Olympics better than this. We already
Yes,
have a
everyone does.
crowning celebration of athletics every year, Joe. That's called the Super Bowl.
Okay, all right. Let's not open that can of disgusting
You're right.
infected
You're
worm.
right. You're right. If I'm being honest, it's actually the college football national championship. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh.
Um,
Oh my gosh.
I think it's the World Cup because it's the most popular sport in the world.
Well, the world hasn't put a man on the moon, just America. So more.
That's a very good point.
No, the peak of human endurance and professionalism is obviously the League of Legends finals.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, currently, the Olympics is just a series of games that everyone submits teams to.
Dude, wait
and
until
then we
they
have-
start including esports. Like,
Look, I'm just saying, like, currently the Olympics is just a list of games that everyone submits teams to, and it
it's in the
produces a
name.
It produces a pretty much meaningless medal
mean,
count. Okay.
it
No,
is
let's
the
just-
Olympic Games,
The
Joe.
Olympic Games. That's what the name is.
Look. Let's just have better games. Okay. The games are dumb.
Let's bring back naked
What are we-
wrestling.
What are we gonna have the ring around the Rosie World Championships? Like,
Yeah, sure.
what are we doing? Are we having the
Probably more
Monopoly?
competitive than
That
curling.
takes skill, and you have to read the opponent well.
Are we playing Monopoly now? Like, are our nations competing for
Do you know
Monopoly
how many
money?
wars would be started if there were competitive Monopoly as an Olympic sport? Like, that game destroys families.
Look, I'm just saying, like, at this point, anything goes in the Olympics, and it produces a meaningless medal count that says nothing about athletic achievement.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
it usually says that we're the best, but yeah,
I don't know,
AKA
Joe. I don't
America.
think I could ever win
Yeah.
a medal.
You don't think what?
I could never win a medal. You actually have to be good at whatever you're doing.
Yeah, he's got
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, there are levels to, like, which of these sports are actually important athletically, okay? The
Can you
guys on the
psychoanalyze
sailing
Joe for a
team-
second here?
No. Moving on.
Okay, Joe. So will you admit that there are sports that are more difficult, yet are not as quote unquote physically
Yes,
All
absolutely.
right, I'm gonna grab
I'm
a
just
beer.
saying. I'm just saying that is not what I
Yeah,
want the
yeah.
Olympics to celebrate. Like,
So we're not
winning
celebrating difficulty. We're celebrating coolness.
No, we're not celebrating cool. If we were celebrating coolness, we'd have like best explosions of the year at the
That would
Olympics.
be awesome.
Okay.
That would be great. That's better than like 15 of the events that we already have.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, if we want the Olympics to just be like a fun, meaningless competition, like,
Which
let's just start throwing in. Let's
I
just
mean,
start throwing in
it
all
kind of
kinds of
is.
nonsense. Like, let's move the Punkin' Chunkin' from Discovery Channel to the Olympics. Like,
That's a
let's
great
just,
idea.
like if the Olympics is meaningless, let's just make it super fun. But if we want it to be like a meaningful athletic event, like let's narrow down who all's in the Olympics and what we're competing at.
Right, and through your bias as a classics major, you've elected for classic Greco-Roman sports and cycling.
Yes.
Yeah, perfectly arbitrary.
Yeah, I'm telling like Alex, this is my version of the Olympics. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. It does not have to be profitable or useful.
You sound
Okay,
like
wait.
Jim Harbaugh arguing for his version of the college football playoff every year.
Hmm.
For the record, I went to get a beer, and Joe's walking around. He has Bluetooth headphones in. He is walking around making this case. He's very passionate about this.
I'm just saying, like, we can go two routes with the Olympics. It can be a useful, meaningful athletic event, or it can just be like, let's all have some fun every 4 years. I'm fine either way. Let's just be
I think you
real
have a
about what we're
clear
doing.
preference. You have
I
a
kind
clear
of want to
preference.
see the pumpkin throwing thing, like gold medal, Russia, you win, like best at
No, like, I'm
throwing
serious, like-
pumpkins.
Like, how cool? Like, if the Olympics are just a cool event, then yes, every country builds a pumpkin cannon, and we just celebrate that every 4 years.
Okay, Joe.
Like-
Joe. Let's go through a lightning round. So
Okay.
there's 47 summer sports. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
okay.
I want a yes or no.
Uh-huh.
Archery,
No.
artistic
What?
swimming,
No.
athletics, and that's just like track
What?
and field.
Oh, track and field, yes.
Okay, badminton,
No.
baseball,
No.
basketball,
No.
beach volleyball.
Let it be noted, I'm a huge basketball fan.
Answer the question, Joe.
Wait, what was the last one?
Beach volleyball.
Beach
Consider
volleyball.
your next words very wisely.
Up for review.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Men's
boxing.
beach volleyball is removed.
Yeah,
Can't-
yeah.
men's
obviously.
beach volleyball is immediately canceled. Women's is under review.
Okay.
Boxing,
Yes.
canoe slalom.
I have no idea what that is, so
Isn't
no.
that like the Whitewater Rapids?
Yeah.
No, yeah, probably.
Oh, we put canoeing in there?
Yes,
Well,
it's in
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm on the
yeah,
official
alright.
Olympic.org like sports like.
Wait, did you
list.
was that a yeah? It's in there, or like yeah, you're okay with that?
Oh no, it's definitely out in my Olympics.
Okay, yeah.
How about the canoe sprint?
The canoe sprint?
Yes.
What-
You said
like,
rowing's
every
in, so the
category.
canoe sprint has to be in then.
Okay,
Yeah,
is the
that's-
canoe?
yeah.
Is it literally just? I've never seen this event. Is it literally just people lined up in water in canoes sprinting?
I'm sure
I
they've
don't know, I'm
probably
just on
got
the
like
official
100 meters or
Olympic.org.
something to cover.
Well, it's either
300.
that or timed.
Yeah.
Is it a whitewater event?
No.
Okay, if they want to race canoes, that sounds like weirder rowing, but okay.
Okay.
Okay. Cycling BMX. I'm assuming that's a no.
BMX is out.
Cycling mountain.
Oh, but
bikes.
cycling gets a pass.
No, mountain biking's out too.
Road racing.
Road racing's in.
Track.
What is
Cycling
the
track.
specific difference there that delineates the like?
The difference is that I really like road racing, and this is a completely arbitrary question. So,
Okay.
no, I honestly don't know. Road racing just seems like it should be in there.
Joe, this is not lightning enough anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
Simply yes or no. Cycling track.
Yes.
Diving.
No.
Okay, these are dumb. Equestrian dressage? No.
Yeah, okay, now
Equestrian
you're seeing my
eventing?
point.
No.
Get that out of here.
Equestrian jumping? No. Okay, but fencing.
Fencing out.
Fencing out. Football out, aka
Out.
soccer. Golf.
Out.
Artistic
That should be out right now.
gymnastics.
Out to artistic what?
Artistic gymnastics.
Oh god, no.
And then rhythmic gymnastics. Handball. Hockey.
Are these one of these weekend warriors? No, hockey's out too.
Judo.
You let boxing and wrestling stay.
Yeah, judo can stay.
Okay, karate.
Sure. Karate can stay.
Marathon swimming.
Hell yeah.
Modern pentathlon.
What is that?
That's shooting, fencing, swimming, equestrian, and running.
That's too complicated. Out of here.
Okay. Rowing.
Rowing's in.
Rugby.
No.
Sailing.
No.
Shooting.
No.
Skateboarding.
What?
Yeah, that's in there.
That's in the Olympics?
Yep, it's in here.
I thought that was in the X Games.
Anyway, so that's a no. Sport
no.
climbing.
No.
So like rock climbing? No.
No. Speed
Okay,
climbing,
surfing.
maybe. Sport climbing, no.
All right, surfing.
What?
It's in, yeah, it's in here.
What?
How do you think the Australians? Why do you think they keep coming back?
The surfing is out.
Okay, swimming.
In.
Table tennis.
So far out.
Taekwondo.
Sure.
Tennis.
No.
Trampoline.
Oh yeah, I forgot the Olympics has gone to a place where jumping on a trampoline is an Olympic event. Out.
Triathlon.
In.
Volleyball.
Out.
Water polo.
Out.
Weightlifting.
In.
Okay. Wrestling freestyle.
In.
And wrestling Greco-Roman.
Greco-Roman should be the only style, but okay.
Okay,
Is
so
Greco-Roman
let's
naked?
Just do quick
No,
math.
it's
Should
a
be.
different scoring system.
Should be.
Let's get classical. I won't have to make somebody sit there and actively blur out the genitals in live broadcast.
So what you would say is you want to cut the Summer Olympics and divide it by 4, and that's how many events are left.
Correct. Then people might actually be in danger of caring about each event.
Okay. Now here's the real one though, because I'm pretty sure you're gonna say no to all of the winter sports.
Wait, are we doing
Well.
another lightning round?
Yes, this one's shorter
Winter
because winter
sports.
sports
I
no one cares about.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, winter sports, go. Alpine skiing.
Which one's that?
That's the one where they go down. It's like super fast, like that's like
Skiing?
slalom. That's like, speed skiing. That's that kind of stuff.
Downhill.
Like downhill, super fast.
I mean, gravity's doing the work.
Emphasis on the super fast.
Okay, you can't. All right, hold on though. Winter is already gonna have like a ton of like board on snow things. So if you say no to that, we're already like going.
Yeah.
All right.
out.
Alpine skiing is in. Everyone knows Winter Olympics is second best anyway. Alpine
That's
skiing
fine.
is
That's
in.
fine.
That's fine. That's true. Okay, alpine skiing is in. Biathlon. Bobsled.
Sure, that's in. Bobsled out.
Okay, cross country skiing.
Definitely in. That should be like a main event.
Yeah, fair.
Gotcha. Okay, curling's out. Figure skating's out. Freestyle skiing. That's like doing tricks while you do jumps. Ice hockey.
No.
The luge.
No.
The Nordic combined, which is like the ski jumping combined with cross country skiing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the
short
ski
track.
jumping isn't athletic,
Yeah, but the cross country is.
so it's half what you want.
Look, we already allowed downhill skiing.
That's
Yeah, but
fair.
that's time.
Yeah, but this is timed too. It's not like it's judged. Oh, is it?
Wait, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like with the tricks and stuff, isn't that judged?
No. This one is like that's the one where you try to go the farthest.
Oh,
okay.
never mind then. Okay.
That'll stay. That can stay as long as there's not like a judge who is handling the whole thing.
Yeah, it's all about distance.
Okay, that'll do then.
Okay, so Nordic combined. Short track is in.
Yeah,
like
short
speed
track
skating.
then. Yeah,
Skeleton, you said it's probably out.
probably out. Yeah.
Ski jumping, which is just the like, you know.
Oh, the like further
I
distance.
think that's distance.
Yeah, I'll let that stay.
Okay, snowboarding is out,
No boring to out.
and then speed skating is in. Okay, so 7
skating
out
in.
of.
Which one's the brush? They throw the thing and you brush really hard which direction it goes.
That's
Curling.
Oh,
That's out.
curling.
Wow,
That is
You
so
keep-
far gone.
you'd keep about half of the winter sports.
Wow, that's more than I thought.
Well,
you
we
would.
did kind of like go.
Yeah,
you have
we
to
did
keep
have
some
to.
of the boarded ones. Otherwise, he probably would have said 0.
Now,
That's
what
true.
winter sports could we add that would make this a more legitimate competition?
Oh, this
snowball
is
fight?
the juicy stuff.
No.
Snowball fights.
Snowball fights, but it has to be like to the death, like no scoring. Because as soon as there's
Whoa.
scoring,
So do we add dodgeball but with rocks?
You mean Dodge Rock?
Dodge Rock.
Yeah.
What about
Um,
swimming in like cold water?
Yeah, I think cold water swimming is definitely in.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Maybe like long distance snowshoeing or something.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's fair.
no.
What about dog sledding?
Dog
Yeah,
sledding.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
hell yeah. Wait, I guess that's
Some
dogs
sort of-
doing it.
Some sort of Iditarod. Oh, there's a human element though.
Okay, it's the Winter Olympics. It needs something. We'll give them dog sledding.
Okay.
Okay. Snow fort building, like
Nah, it's arbitrary.
It's too judge based, which
which
is what we're trying to avoid.
What other stuff is there to do? Tubing? Like
Yeah, I don't know. Like maybe you could just add like some Nordic strength events.
oh yeah. Wait,
Just
so
make
what,
this
what
like
what if you combined it
make
with
this
like
like a
lumberjack
Viking game.
events because it's like the north and snow and stuff like chopping
I
wood.
feel like that's a bit of a reach.
yeah, but like we could do that. Like just make it like we'll just make it the Viking Games. Like in the same way that the Southern Olympics,
So,
the
We're
Winter
gonna bring
Olympics.
back like axe throwing and the log roll thing, and then
That'd be kind of cool.
Well, in the
Going
same way,
through
like
stones.
the Summer
so
Olympics.
heavy discus is out, but if you wear a kilt and pick up a giant rock, that's okay.
Wait, what?
Yes. Well, Christian didn't like discus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Well,
Sorry, Steve Weideman.
so's the other one.
So how about like javelins and then that kind of stuff? So you don't like discus, javelin, or hammer throw? Or
Yeah,
shot put?
that's dumb. And I'm even willing to admit that maybe archery and shooting shouldn't be in the Olympics. So like, throwing heavy rock definitely shouldn't be in.
Fair.
Would you bring back chariot racing?
Hmm.
Ooh. No, I could maybe. The only thing I could maybe be talked into would be like a very dangerous horseback race. No, actually, no. I don't want jockeys in the Olympics.
Okay.
All right. I guess that makes sense. We've rebuilt the Olympics. It is now much
Yeah.
manlier, much more athletic.
See, this would be an Olympics that if your country won, you would actually have something to brag about. Like if you had the most medals, that would mean you are the most athletic country.
Doesn't that say something though about the U.S. The fact that we usually win all of the main athletic ones and all the dumb shit too.
Yeah, I mean, we're still going to win this version of the Olympics. I'm just saying it would be a little more definitive in my mind.
That's fair.
Because each of the events would have like real meaning to them, as I see
I
it.
think it'd be a lot closer, honestly.
Probably.
Because I know a lot of those like smaller countries or like countries that don't usually win. They win like the weird ones like badminton or ping pong or
Yeah, China, one of those small countries, winning ping pong.
Yeah, I'm mostly talking about China.
Yeah.
One of those little countries. Does India win anything?
I think
Fastest growing population.
they're actually good at field hockey.
Cricket is cricket. Cricket's not a thing.
No.
Cricket's it exists, but no, it's not anymore.
Yeah, but it's not an Olympic game.
They're very good at cricket.
Oh, good, because it's just weird baseball.
Yeah, it's like them and like
It's
the
true.
English.
You ever seen that Family Guy bit about cricket?
No.
No.
There's a good one.
When I used to play Little League, they just like walk onto the field in the middle of games to get to their stupid field. It was like so dumb.
Cricket players?
Yeah,
I've never seen one in the wild.
like they just
I didn't
didn't
think-
care. They like literally walk into a game while the play was going on and walk through the outfield.
They probably thought they were in like the infield
Yeah,
because cricket's weird like that.
true.
Rich bastards.
Okay, but then on the other side, if we want to build the fun Olympics,
Oh, yeah.
we
Don't you
add
mean the Paralympics.
we add
Drugs is a good enough start.
Okay.
We
All
add
drugs
drugs.
allowed.
we add drugs, the pumpkin chunkin. I mean, what else do you want in there?
They can do that thing where you like put the cups on your skin. That
What?
looks really gross. Remember
That's
when Michael Phelps did that? And they like pools
Yeah,
of
that-
That's
blood.
not.
cupping is not an event.
That's not an event.
recovery
Oh,
practice.
we're talking about
Christian.
events? I thought we were talking about what's allowed. Like, what can these people do to themselves?
I really wanted that to be like competitive.
Competitive
Like-
alternative healing methods.
Answer that question finally about like how many 8-year-olds could you fight before you're overwhelmed? Like the Chinese competitor handled 47 8-year-olds before he was smothered to death.
I'd watch the shit out of that.
Yeah.
The survivors of this round will move on to the 12-year-old division.
Dude, we should just have a Hunger Games competition as part of this if it's like the Fun Olympics.
Sure, let's just have Warzone in real life. Like we build Verdansk. Every country gets to put together a quads team from their special forces. There's guns everywhere. You could buy stuff from mysterious buy stations, and there's
3 other
gas.
guys.
That'd be hilarious.
That would be really funny, actually.
That's my Olympics rant.
All right. Are we moving on to colleges or?
Yeah, that's some bullshit right there.
Yeah, it is.
So it sounds like Hillsdale's like it sounds like Seth, at least he was telling me, he gets up like in the morning every day and tests everyone's temperature in the dorm.
Oh God.
And then they submit that and stuff.
And
And
we
like,
had enough to do last year, like without
Yeah.
all this shit.
well, they canceled homecoming
Yeah, I know.
completely. I saw
So
that
are you
email.
guys
I'm
not
still
coming
coming.
on? Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
We're still coming.
Oh yeah,
Sweet.
Mock Rock's really the reason I was coming back.
I'm just worried we're gonna get there and they're gonna be like, "Yeah, sorry, we can't have you on campus."
What are they gonna
Okay,
do?
well,
We
off
have the
campus.
little tags. Like I have like my Hillsdale tags. Seth could take our temperature.
Yeah, that's fair.
Same. It was off campus.
Yeah. Like
We
we're
don't have
fine.
any. Oh no, we have what? Gabe and Henry off campus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they got plenty of couches.
Yeah. All right. That's fair. Yeah, it would
So-
really suck to have to go back for another year, honestly. Like, regardless of whether you're like in person or not, because you're still not getting the full experience, in my opinion.
Yeah, in person's better than online though.
Oh, absolutely, miles.
Well, I
better.
think the thing we were discussing was like, there's a lot of colleges that are just screwing people. by
Oh, yeah.
charging them full tuition. And
Yeah.
You were on
yeah.
campus for 3 days. We're gonna have to keep that $5,000 for housing.
Yeah, it's total crap.
Yeah, and then they send them home and like, sorry, no change of prices. Like, you are now required to pay the full bill for a service we're not providing.
Because
Yeah,
we're
that's like
hemorrhaging
legitimately
money.
fraud. That
Yeah,
is-
it is
that's
definitely fraud. It is fraud.
Ugh.
Yeah, it just sucks. I wish more students would have like at some of these other schools would have just been like, we're not coming back and we're not paying unless you like guarantee we're going to receive the services that we are
Right.
paying for.
Or you pay us back.
Yeah.
Or you do what every other business does and you refund the money.
Well, I hate how that's become. Yeah, just because like they provide one type of service, like, oh well, we can't do that. Well, why not?
Yeah.
We spent the money already.
That's not how it works at any other place. That like, if you pay a company for something,
Right.
if you bought something
you get
on
a product
Amazon,
or you get your money back.
if you bought something on Amazon and then they were like, oh shoot, there was a shortage, we can't get it to you. They wouldn't just be like, well, we already paid someone that money.
Yeah.
Like, better luck next time.
And it's not even like these people are paying like $1,000. You know, it's not like a community college where you're like, all right, that sucks. It's like, oh yeah, we'll keep the $17,000, but
It's like you may have taken out a sizable loan for the purpose of doing this.
Yeah.
But we're
And
gonna
now
keep
you're just
class
going-
like you can learn it on like Khan Academy because that's exactly what we're
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, unless there's a government mandate like that you are not allowed to return to campus, like they should have to return your money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And also,
Or
it's
at
like,
least give you the option.
Yeah. It's also just funny to see like all of these like colleges, you know, it's like, well, they came back for 3 days and it turns out we gave like 500 people coronavirus. Oops.
Yeah.
Because no one actually gives a shit. Ugh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think the virus may be hitting the stage where like I was talking to Christian about this. It's like the news about it like barely impacts what I think anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when people are like, "Oh, there's X number of new cases," it's like, "Yep."
Well, I saw, and I have yet to check out the article, so I don't want to be one of those people who just like throws around headlines. But apparently the CDC updated their information, and something like 94% of COVID-related deaths are due to underlying issues, which
saw
honestly
that.
makes a lot of
It's
sense.
also from the CDC, and I'm pretty sure that over the past 5 months they have lost all credibility as
They
a
have.
government agency.
Honestly, they have. Although the WHO refuses to acknowledge the existence of Hong Kong, so like there
There's
are
that
other
too,
problems
yeah.
there. But
But
No
I mean,
human to human transmission.
I just this whole thing is nuts because the vaccine is only supposed to be, I think, 50% effective, which is not nearly
the
enough
Russian
in the eyes of the
Yeah, the
liberals.
Russian one.
No, I think it's
Oh, yeah.
the
Putin's like, we got a vaccine.
Gates the Gates one. I don't know.
the Bill Gates
he has
one? Ooh, no one
Well,
bought
he's
that one.
working on it. But
I like the Russia one.
what are we
I
just
like the
supposed
like it's
to
our
not
vaccine.
move for the next 4 years?
Russia just like cooked up something in the back room, and they're like, "Yeah, we got a vaccine." What are you kidding me? Like,
Take that grain of salt.
they're like, "What? I don't know what's slowing you guys down. We're already off and running."
Yeah, well, speaking of that, well, it's probably because they like decided to skip stage 1 and 2 of like human testing and went
They
straight
probably.
to like.
You
Oh,
mean
yeah.
animal testing and went straight to humans?
Yeah, but then they skipped like the stage 1 and 2. Like they just did like a wide range of like, oh, give it to a bunch of people and then see what happens.
Oh yeah.
Which I think, honestly, at this point, there are literally volunteers that will say, "I will take it. Like, just give it to me.
Yeah.
Like, I'll do it for like the good of humanity." But they're like, "No, we gotta follow the rules."
You know, it'd be better.
It's-
Let's
it's
shut everything
safer.
down for 6 more months because that's safer, and then we'll have
No.
record amounts of
It's,
suicides. That'll be way better.
well, it's either till November or 4 more years.
More here. 4 more.
Oh
Dear
god.
Lord.
It's really just going to be 3-week extensions for the next 4 years.
I think at that point I will pick up my rifle.
Yeah. Speaking
then
of
what?
rivals, that kid in Wisconsin.
Oh,
Gee.
yeah.
What do you guys think? I don't know. I think that was
Yeah.
self-defense.
Oh, gee.
I think you have a right to self-defense no matter where you are. Obviously, he shouldn't have been there.
I agree.
From what I've seen and some of the breakdowns I've seen by professional, take that with a grain of salt, firearms instructors, there was one shooting that was kind of gray, where the guy threw the Molotov at him and then continued to pursue him.
Yeah.
And then the other two look like it was pretty clear cut. Like, you bash someone in the head with a skateboard, that's deadly force right there. Like, that's lethal intent.
Yeah. No, I agree. And there's more of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I agree though that the kid probably shouldn't have been. He's not from that state. He was carrying underage.
He's 17.
Which,
Yeah.
I mean, kind of points out the stupidity of the law in general, in my opinion.
I agree, but I also think too that like if you're going to make a political statement and you're
Oh,
going to put yourself
absolutely.
in a situation where it is going to be dangerous, which like I'm not against that, but you have to be following the law or you're going to get some serious ramifications. I don't think the kid's
Yeah.
going to face first degree, but he's
Oh, no.
he's going to have some kind of repercussions for carrying underage and defending himself.
I think they'll crucify him for that. I think you're already going to see a huge backlash against open carry in general.
Yeah. Yeah, against open carry, we'll see that. At the same time, as much as there's backlash, I haven't seen anyone, at least online, talking about the restriction of firearms and such, except for maybe a couple congressmen.
I think it's mostly
because-
congressmen and Democratic mayors.
Yeah, because most people in the country, I think, are like, okay, even if I don't agree with what happened there, I don't the country's falling apart. I want a way to defend myself. You're not going to take that from me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think something like a third of the gun sales are going to. It's probably more than that to first-time gun owners, which is a good thing.
That's
but,
awesome.
I mean, you do have to understand there are going to be people, probably a lot of people, who are going out and buying guns or saying, "Well, yeah, I think you should have the right to defend yourself," but then you could run into problems there.
Well, I mean, knowing a lot of people who are hardcore, or at least online, like hardcore into self-defense and the Second Amendment, I think that I'd be even crucified for like saying he shouldn't be there, he was underage, or
Oh,
like, he should be
absolutely.
complying with the law. And it's a fine line. I mean, ultimately, I do believe you should be able to buy a main battle tank without a license
Yeah.
personally, but
Right.
we live in a certain world with certain structure and certain laws, and we have to operate. We have to play the game to a certain degree. We have to play the game.
Right. But again, I think you're seeing the same old narrative where, like, you get the story out first. Doesn't matter if you're right or you're wrong. Call this kid a murderer. From what the police union is saying, and obviously there's extreme amount of politics, in that separate shooting. The guy had a knife, made verbal attempts, or said verbally that he was going to retrieve another weapon. Resisted, got tased, kept resisting.
Whoa. You're talking about the dude who got shot by the police?
Yeah.
The incident
I
that
don't
kicked off
believe- I don't-
Wisconsin.
Yeah, I don't believe a word that the police said.
That's fair.
Yeah,
That was clearly like
I mean, was there a weapon in the car?
that was murder.
From what I can see in some of the pictures, it looks like he has something that could be a knife. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it
At-
comes
at-
out
at
in
this
trial
point-
that they're
at
right
this
and they're
point,
not just
almost
covering their
any-
asses, like,
Yeah, but 95% of the time when it's like he had a knife, guess what? He didn't have a knife.
that's true.
Or
So-
also, like, I think it's also problematic because it's like the fact that he had a knife in the car does not immediately,
you can't.
No,
Which is
no,
fair.
you
Which is
can't.
fair.
You
like,
have
does
to
it not
like
immediately qualify
imminent
like
threat is supposed to mean
execution.
something.
Yeah.
Like, what is imminent threat of like death? Like, you know what I mean? It's not like, well, I was scared. No, that shouldn't be enough for you to like murk someone. In my opinion,
mm,
like there should be a very very high bar.
well, it
Like
depends.
like a dude has to literally be like pointing a gun at you before
No,
you can
I
fire.
agree with.
Otherwise,
with
anyone
that.
who open carries and is in the situation with the police, the police might say he had a gun and then I killed him.
That's true. That does happen a lot.
That is
Exactly. So does it matter if he had a knife or had a gun? No.
Well, I haven't seen the video or
As soon
anything.
as
so
soon as
like,
he has,
I
there's
don't
not a
think
good
anybody
angle.
has.
Yeah.
I mean, again,
But I mean,
if he
but
was,
again, you
if
you
they
can't-
do
you can't
successfully
brandish-
prove that in
you can't
trial.
brandish a weapon if your back is turned to the dude.
If there's 4 of them and you're turning to one and you get shot in the back by the other guy, it's poor tactics. But
I don't know.
I think there's an argument there. Again, I haven't seen the footage, so this is really all academic.
Yeah, but I think.
But
it's
I mean,
important
okay,
because
so I think the only thing that I can think of, at least on a national level, in terms of outrage that you can compare what's going on right now to, is I think it's the Rodney King riots in LA. And it really got bad once the verdict of not guilty came out for the officers. And if that happens for either one of these cases, like I could see things
that's
getting
like
a whole lot
The
worse.
George Floyd prosecutor upgraded charges to second degree, which like
Upgraded or
obviously-
downgraded? Because I thought the family was pushing for first.
it was
Everyone
originally
pushed
charged
for
with third
It
degree.
was,
and
yeah,
he-
I'm pretty sure it's third degree.
Yeah,
and they
because there's
upgraded
I
it.
don't think you could make an argument for first there.
No, and I honestly I think the second degree case may be tough too.
Honestly, yeah.
I've seen a lot of people say that. The thing is, though, at least when I did some reading on second degree can be proven through blatant disregard for human life.
That's fair.
It depends on
Okay.
the state statute.
Fair. I think I did the reading in regard to George Floyd because it was like, you know, what's going to happen. Because it was after the video came out, the extended one where
The
they,
extended one.
yeah. And I don't know, like a lot of people were saying that, oh, George Floyd was lying in the car, like he was claustrophobic, this, that, and the next thing. Like, I don't think that really ties in. That might be some sympathy, but ultimately, if you're disregarding that guy's life, even if he's lying to you and you still choke him to death later, you clearly were doing something wrong later. It doesn't matter what happened before that, in my opinion, you know?
I mean,
exactly.
that and the
You literally just
autopsy was
need, like,
bullshit.
the last 8 minutes of his life.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
all you
exactly.
Yeah.
need. I don't give a shit what he did before that,
Right.
either 15 minutes before or what he did in his personal life or whatever.
Right.
I agree. Like, I don't like when people go like, oh, I don't even remember exactly what people were saying, but they were saying he did horrible things like held up a mother or something like that at gunpoint.
Exactly.
That doesn't matter.
It sickens me when people like
Right. No,
they
it doesn't
bring that up
deprive
because
him
it's like
of.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's what
And I
happened
think
in that
that's
situation.
yeah, I think that's a trap that a lot of conservative, just like general people, tend to fall into.
it is
Yeah,
a
it's
trap
like-
because it gives him an excuse to be like, oh, it was okay.
Yeah, and it's like it was not okay. Like,
It was not a
yeah.
But I mean, I think things are gonna get worse before they get better.
Yeah.
Apparently, some guy got shot in Portland last night too. So
Yeah, that was a shit show. So basically
what was
What
there was like
happened?
a prayer or what I call it, a counter protest, I guess. And then
yeah, so a bunch of like Trump supporters were like riding around and like lifted
pickups
Ford
with
F-150s.
flags.
Yeah, with
Of course.
flags, and they had I think they had the paintball guns and they were shooting into
Fucking
like
idiot.
the protesters.
oh my
Huh.
god.
That's not.
And they were like running through the crowd. And I think someone pulled a gun, I don't know which side, and then like a guy died.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. Like, I'm fine with counter protests. I mean, it's gonna cause trouble, but like, if they have a right to mass gather, especially during a
Right.
pandemic, this and the next thing, someone can go out and speak against that. But you
Sure.
can't be initiating violence against them. And I think that shooting people with
No.
paintball, you can't
I
say, oh,
th-
it's not
I think that-
lethal. They can't take a few welts. That's not okay. That's not.
No.
Listen,
I
if the-
still
if the
don't
same-
agree
if
with the
same-
escalation of force there.
with someone pulling a gun.
Well, someone murking a guy, but
I mean,
Well,
sure, but at the
sure,
same
yeah,
time,
but-
if conservatives who are in general going, well, if a police officer can't tell if it's a airsoft gun or
Well,
a
that's
paintball
why
gun,
I think
and then
that,
they're driving
like-
around with paintball guns and
Sure.
someone shoots them, it
Sure.
may be legitimately out of self-defense. They really have, there is no grounds there to even
No, no,
say,
no,
You're
you're
poking the bear.
You're
You're
right.
poking the bear at that point.
yeah. And again, like, I think that there are ways to poke the bear. That is not the way to do it.
no.
Because that's
Yeah,
that's
with, like,
genuine.
a
That's just
9
stirring
foot
up
long
trouble.
stick.
That's not even like
Oh,
opposing
absolutely.
an idea.
In conclusion, everyone's losing their minds.
Yeah, definitely.
Most
And
yeah.
I mean, like,
even the
literally
idea that like
everyone.
like that kid drove from out of town and would decided like I'm gonna go protect people's private property.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, that's
Like,
odd.
what are you doing there? Like, you're 17
I
and
mean, yeah, it obviously speaks
was
to
he
his
hired?
experience. No, he
No.
volunteered.
Well, you can be volunteered, but like, were the property owners knowing that this was happening?
No.
Yes, I
No.
think so.
No.
Because from what I heard the night before, there had been a lot of destruction of property. And so there was at least a call put out for help.
That doesn't count.
that
Fair.
someone
do you
on
mean?
Facebook being like, "Help us"
Oh
is
yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
enough.
That's. I mean, I'll grant that, but like, if I think if like, I don't know, if one of us owned a store and was like, hey, my store's gonna get burned to the ground, can you come help me?
I mean, there are pictures of him there earlier in the day, like cleaning up graffiti and shit. So like, I don't think you can make the argument like, oh, he just drove up to like stir trouble.
Well, sure, but like,
But
No,
I don't think you can
if
vigilante
you're-
like I'm gonna defend this gas station, you know?
exactly.
I don't
Yeah.
think he was there to cause trouble. I think he was just like 17 and really didn't have any business being
I
there.
mean,
Sure,
no,
but if
yeah.
like if he's staying at a certain place and saying, you know, he's with the owners and he's sitting there, you know, defending the place, that's perfectly fine. But if he's
Right.
roaming a street,
Yeah, that is definitely vigilantism.
Well, I heard he wasn't roaming the street; he was fleeing something at that point.
I think he
At
got
least with the
split up.
video.
He was there with a group of, I'm going to assume, libertarians.
That I don't know about that.
And I think he ended up getting separated from them, which is when the first incident happened. And then after that, things just kind of devolved into a shit show.
Yeah, I think by the time of the shooting, like, I don't think he was roaming.
No.
okay. But I do know of people who are just roaming.
I
That's
mean,
not
yeah,
okay.
And
there
I
are
think that
certain people
they
like
think that they have like the right to protect other people's property.
right.
You
That's not how that
don't.
works.
You can't do that.
Yeah, I mean,
It'd
yeah,
have to be-
there's
be
definitely
your-
like a line in the sense of like being there to lend a hand if something does happen. Like, I don't know. I think that there's an element of that can be done correctly. But if someone's breaking into another house, you can't just light them up. And
Yeah,
I think that's
exactly.
dangerous because
And also just like I'm gonna roam the street with my AR looking for things to summon me to battle. Like
yeah,
Right.
You can't shoot people. You can't beat them up. You can't do that.
No, you can't deprive them of their rights.
You can't.
Um,
Yeah.
I don't think that was his intent, but at the same time, the fact that there are so many people out there doing that is going to make
Yeah, I'm not
this-
saying that's his intent. I'm saying
shit
that
show.
there are people who will say,
Oh no, you're absolutely right. I'm
can
not
do that.
disagreeing with you there.
okay,
That's just sad to see, I think.
well, yeah, it's a tragedy that people died and that like.
Well, it's a
we're at the point
tragedy
where there
because
is no
more
civil
people are
discourse anymore.
gonna die, and in my opinion, some of those shootings will be more justified black and white than the Rittenhouse one. And even then, you're just gonna get crucified.
Yeah. Yeah, strange times indeed.
in other news, we're better at Warzone than we were during quarantine.
That's true.
Yeah, we
To an
won that one
extent.
game.
hmm
that was a wild game.
That was fun.
Because I think the start was like kind of iffy.
Yeah, the start was very iffy.
That game we won, we didn't die.
No, we didn't even. Yeah, we didn't even go to the gulag, but we didn't run into anybody for like the first, I'd say, 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Those are our best games.
And we got second right before that before I lagged out.
Yeah,
Still
yeah.
pissed about that.
I mean, when we're on, we're on. Like
Yeah.
And
when
when we're off,
playing,
we are
as-
off.
Oh yeah, yeah. Last night was a little
Yeah.
rough.
Yeah.
And then I ground up the SCAR today.
Is
I
the
think I'm gonna
SCAR
run that.
considered a meta weapon?
I don't care. I like the punching power of it.
No, that's fair. I mean, that's
Um,
the reason I used the Odin for a little bit.
Yeah, I'm working on the Odin right now. I don't like the fire rate.
No, the
It's-
fire rate is too slow, but it
Yeah.
hits like a truck if you can land your shots.
The SCAR, I got the 30 round mags. I got like a 3x scope on it. That's one of the better ones in my opinion.
I think if you
monolithic
swapped out
suppressors.
a sniper for that, excuse me, you'd probably be in good shape.
Yeah, well that's the thing. So like I ran that that AR with the like extended barrel monolithic,
Yeah,
and the 458s
SOCOMs,
rounds,
yeah,
the
yeah.
SOCOMs. So like that only gets 10 rounds, but you can punch pretty far, and like you can even do damage to snipers and stuff. I wanted that, but I needed more flexibility because 10 rounds is too little, and I think the SCAR might fill that gap in. Because then I run the MP5, and that is meta, and that's really good for close quarters.
Yeah, I think that's smart. Bracky's kind of our only dedicated sniper. Do we feel like we should make a change there?
No, because how many times are we
'Cause,
in
like,
a sniper battle?
Honestly, it's gotten a lot better than like early on, like back during
That's what I'm
quad.
saying. Like, I think one sniper's plenty, because ultimately those final battles are always up close. So if we're all snipers, that means, or even if half of us, that means
I
a
think
quarter of our guns are useless in that final encounter.
that's fair, but like we'd be running MP5s anyway.
Well, yeah, but I'm
So
saying
I don't
like
think that takes you out of the fight necessarily.
I think anything that's medium range is kind of like the gap. I don't know. I think we'd
I
overcorrect if we
feel
started
like
going back to snipers.
I agree.
Yeah, I don't think it's a loadout thing.
Yeah.
No, it's
Because
not.
think about every sniper battle we get into, usually we're able to hit them with assault rifles and stuff anyway. And anytime we die, it's not because we lost a sniper battle, it's because we were dicking around too long.
Boring.
So, all right, I think that was a good podcast to come back to. Nice.
Yeah,
Good work,
definitely.
boyos.
Joe, good luck at work this week.
Thank you, man.
Christian
Well,
Bracky, good luck with the job search.
Thanks. Thanks. And we'll see you in like what, 12 days?
12 days. I'm counting down the my Delta ticket. I've got 36 days before I'm back or down to Texas. So I'm
Hell
excited.
yeah.
Jeez,
oh yeah, you'll be down 2 weeks after.
Yeah,
3 weeks. 3 weeks
like
after.
2 weeks
Sweet.
after, I think. So
Oh, dope. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Well, we scouted out some really fun spots around here, so we're really excited for you to get here.
hell
That's
yeah,
true,
brother.
yeah. It'll be great.
Looking forward to it. All right. See you
Good
guys.
one, boys.
Do we still want to try and do Warzone on Thursdays, or is that just
Yeah,
kind of like
absolutely.
hey, we'll just shoot a text when we're feeling it?
Warzone
still
on
down.
Thursdays is pretty solid.
Yeah, I'm still
right,
down for
sweet.
us to be like to do something on Thursdays, but just not the podcast. Like we play video, we do something together, but not this.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
Always, honestly, I'm down pretty much every night. Life is boring here.
Same. Yeah, I'm done.
So, all right,
Cool.
guys, take care.
All right, see you around.
Later, Alec. See you soon.
See ya.
Bye.